So you can see Forest Road 43 straight ahead. This is our first campsite. Show you the Forest Road. This is a bit of a group play. Got a massive turnabout driveway. I actually saw this in use by a huge horseback riding group exploring White River earlier this summer. So it's well known and well used, well loved. Spot for a tent there, multiple spots. Really a lot of area for parking if you have a big group. I would view this as a massive group campsite. No picnic table, you do have a fire pit, centrally located. They even have a bunch of outhouses right here, conveniently located, and that's additional parking. Coming straight ahead here, you have multiple places you could put tents. You can offset yourself up in the forest a little bit. Probably wouldn't go much farther than these double trees. The terrain gets a little bit more uneven past that. So this is the spot, fire ring and outhouses. Again, this is a great group play, massive parking zone, big turnabout, great for a base camp to explore this greater Mount Hood National Forest area. See the bridge here, come down here, you're right, up against the shoreline. A lot of good places you can park. Go straight ahead, the end of your parking. And I love this carved out throne chair, pretty epic. And here's your fire pit and your picnic table. So a little bit of a turnabout too. So this is pretty high quality, right up against the water, right up against the shoreline. And you got this pretty epic log. I'd be very careful about that, especially if you have kiddos, letting them walk on that. That looks highly dangerous, but nonetheless pretty epic. I'm gonna come down here, get a closer look. Very still water. This Barlow crossing zone. Yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous. I will also point out you have a picnic table and fire pit across the way. Very interesting. And look at how beautiful this is. Like crystal clear, still water. You can see to the bottom. Majestic, magical. And then you see the water continues downstream and starts to get a little bit of a trickle. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this. This is like crystal clear. And I'm loving this log formation, this massive rock right in the middle of the water. It's pretty darn epic. And you got multiple crossing points there. If you wanted to cross it, you certainly could without even getting wet, if so desired. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that. I like that side across the way. That's pretty high quality. And I really like the placement of this picnic table and above the water. Digging this beautiful area. Let's walk down here. Got a pretty serene little section of Barlow Creek. Oh, look at that. I would probably bring my chairs down right there. Plop it down, grab a book or iPad or Kindle, whatever it is, and just enjoy this relaxing Barlow Creek. The sound, the trickle, beauty, and get lost in nature. And this is right overlooking the shoreline of Barlow Creek. Best of both worlds, you get the infrastructure without the cost. It's free, dispersed backcountry camping. So you got Barlow Creek there. You got a very still section of Barlow Creek there. So this is pretty majestic backcountry camping, I gotta say. A very still section of the creek, you can just walk right across. A little good swimming hole. It's July or August when it's really hot. So be aware that you could have somebody camping over there. But candidly, because it's a little bit more difficult to get to, from my experience driving through this area, this site is almost always taken. It's kind of the most premium site, but I've never seen that other one actually taken before. I don't think anybody understands that you drive across this bridge, turn right and take a forest road through there, and lo and behold, you hit it. So in theory, somebody could be camping right across from you, but I've never actually seen it happening. Doesn't mean that I just haven't been here at the time people are using it, but seems less popular. This is a single lane bridge. As you can see, doesn't get much traffic. You can also see the campground sign straight ahead in the distance for Barlow Crossing. Currently a mothballed, defunct campground, but there are sites and you can use them for free dispersed camping. So the infrastructure is still available for free dispersed camping. Kind of the best of both worlds because it's designed to be camping, but you don't have to pay for it. So there's money shot of the water. Very beautiful. Pretty epic zone. It's good rustic dispersed backcountry camping. Let's continue over here. Take a look at it from this direction. Very still, calming water. Beautiful Barlow Creek. The reason this area is called Barlow Crossing is because this is Barlow Creek. And we'll walk back over here. Yeah, I'm digging the beauty of this section. You got the very high quality premium dispersed campsite right there. Oh, look at that. So you've got the picnic table right there, free dispersed backcountry camping. Free is always a very good price, overlooking beautiful Barlow Creek. This, my friend, is gorgeous. And we got a couple chipmunks on the tree chasing each other. Maybe they're fighting over the campsite I just reviewed. I can't blame them. It's a really high quality campsite. We're here at the Barlow Crossing Campground Zone, Mount Hood National Forest, great state of Oregon. Kind of an interesting situation. Barlow Crossing is actually defunct. It's mothballed. It is not operational. Okay, so yes, if you're here in the Barlow Crossing Campground area, you're coming from NF 43, you cross the bridge and then you turn right just before the actual campground sign. There's a forest road that comes to the other side here of Barlow Creek. So you can see Barlow Creek to my right. There's a campsite across the way, but then there's this one on this side of the creek. This is kind of the opposite side of the main road, being the other side. A lot of people don't appreciate if you just turn right at just before the Barlow Crossing Campground sign. It's a little forest road that takes you right over here. I mean, it's less than a minute, and here you are. You've got a picnic table and fire pit, and you are right on a premium section of Barlow Creek. Oh, this is pretty gorgeous. Look at this. So you could literally just walk or swim across this water. Look at how still Barlow Creek is. It's like pin drop still straight ahead right there. This is kind of interesting. Here's our picnic table. Here's our fire pit. Here's our driveway. And we are literally right up in the business, right up against Barlow Creek. This is gorgeous. Got a pretty cool log jam over there. Create some interesting water features. Across the way there, that is definitely a campsite. That's on the main part of the Barlow Road. So you're gonna definitely have that one taken. But this one on this side seems to be a well-kept secret. I don't think a lot of people realize all you have to do, I see a squirrel climbing up that tree. All you have to do when you get to the Barlow Crossing campground sign just over the bridge straight ahead is just turn right in a little forest road under a minute, loops around here, and lo and behold, you've got this picnic table right up against the shoreline of Barlow Creek. Something very ethereal and magical and kind of serene and zen about this place. Feels like you're just kind of hanging out in a zen garden in a good way, and it's kind of relaxing. This is the kind of campsite where you want to bring some chairs and maybe an old book or a Kindle or an iPad, whatever it is you read off. Just kind of sit, enjoy the ambiance, the beauty and the sound, and just kind of a swath of forest and nature, and just kind of get lost in this other world, this forest wonderland. I mean, look at this. You're literally sitting right there and enjoying this. This is a very eclectic, one-of-a-kind setup situation going on here. It's a special spot, Barlow Crossing Campground Zone. Best of all, it's free. This is free backcountry style dispersed camping with the infrastructure laid out, picnic table, fire pit, but without the cost. Best of both worlds. So we look at the sun beaming through these old growth forest, mossy trees. This, my friend, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this was site one. You've got picnic table, fire pit. It's a bit of a roundabout. I'll give you a sense of the infrastructure. You've got an old sign. You've got a restroom straight ahead. And let's keep hiking along. This is the old Barlow Crossing Campground. It's now mothballed, defunct. Kind of best of both worlds because you don't have to pay, but you get essentially free dispersed camping. You can use these like dispersed backcountry campsites. So you get the infrastructure, but without the fee, so they are free. So here's site two. You got the picnic table, you got the fire pit up against beautiful swath of Mount Hood National Forest. You've got the sound, the ambiance of Barlow Creek down below, and see from right here you can see it. As you can see, you couldn't get down to it. A little steep, but I'm sure there's a safe path. So you got Barlow Creek down below. You can go enjoy that. Maybe take some chairs down there. Okay, so this is the first dispersed camping site on the left after the Barlow Crossing campground zone, coming from NF 43 driving north. And you see a picnic table, fire pit, big swath of land, good area, good square footage as far as a swath of forest. And we'll walk up. We're right on the shoreline, the banks of the mighty Barlow Creek. And it is fall color time, so you get some beautiful pops of yellow leaves falling as I speak. And look at that. That is gorgeous. This is a pretty magical zone, right up against Barlow Creek, right up in its business. Look at how beautiful that is. I mean, that is a gorgeous area. Oh, I love this. So, picnic table, fire pit, great camping zone. You can bring a few cars down here. This is free dispersed backcountry camping, but it's kind of the best of both worlds because it's not like you're just out in the middle of nowhere, you know, cutting your way through trees with a machete. You're right here with a picnic table and a fire pit. So it's kind of like almost pseudo backcountry camping. It's kind of the most civilized dispersed camping you can do. A designated site with all of the amenities, just happens to be free. So it's the best of every world. So this is the first one on the left after Barlow Crossing Campground. Nice long parking. See your fire ring right there. A couple stumps to sit down on. Beautiful section of old-growth forest. And you ride up against Barlow Creek. Oh, look at that. Nice little serene section of the creek. You can come down here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Very serene. So you got these stumps, kind of small seats, but they work. Come over here. More perspectives of the creek. And look at that. Very beautiful. So here is our forest road, Barlow Crossing campground area. And here is another dispersed campsite. I would say this one isn't as high quality as some of the other ones because it's not right on the creek. Serviceable. I mean, you got a flat area, you got a fire pit, but down there is a road to another dispersed campsite. There's also a second road because that's a little sketch of a decline. So here's another dispersed camping site, Barlow Crossing Campground Dispersed Zone. Here's the main forest road. Got a nice flat area here. This is probably the lowest quality. May I interest you in a National Forest wonderland? I'm here in the Barlow Crossing Campground Zone, Mount Hood National Forest in the great state of Oregon. And here is a dispersed campsite. You can see the little fire ring. And we are creekside. Let's come down here and take a look. Nice little high quality access to our creek, to our creek. And look at that. Very beautiful. Let's walk over to the next campsite, essentially free dispersed camping. And there's a series of campsites here along the creek that are free dispersed campsites. See straight ahead, you can see another fire pit and a log, which would be good for sitting or laying out your gear. So here is the next campsite. Look at this beautiful dispersed campsite. You can see, got a swath of forest. The forest road is over there a little bit. And you got two campsites up against the creek in this particular section. This is one of them. Let's check it out. Obviously, you got a big fire pit, some log seating, and a nice big wide flat area, several places you could put your tent. And last but not least, you've got creek access right over here. And look at that. Very beautiful. And come down here and take a look downstream. Pretty epic. So this is a dispersed camping zone. There is your fire pit. Coming back over here as the sun's peeking through, beautiful trees. And we pan around here is our creek access. Very beautiful. This particular section is pretty well shaded, nice in the hot summer months. And here's our creek, and there is our view downstream. I gotta say, pretty gorgeous dispersed camping site. So this is a pretty gorgeous area, I gotta say. Kind of a hidden gem. This is one of those things where the locals know about it and come down here and take advantage of this free dispersed camping, but the masses may not be aware that this even exists. Look for these green signs, says clean up campsite. That's indicative of the fact there is a campsite down here. Just pan over so you know we're right on the forest road. This is dispersed camping in the Barlow Crossing Campground Zone of Mount Hood National Forest, the great state of Oregon. Let's come down here and take a look. You can see the fire pit straight ahead, right on the creek. And lots of nice flat places you can put your tent. Oh man, this is gorgeous. I am digging it. So I'd probably put my tent right here, like straight ahead. And here's our fire pit with our creek behind it. This looks like some paper plates, so a very irresponsible backcountry camper was here previously, unfortunately. But look at how still that creek is. It's gorgeous. Can I interest you in some high quality free dispersed camping? I'm here in the Barlow Crossing Campground Zone, Mount Hood National Forest, great state of Oregon. And here is a high quality dispersed campsite. You can see lots of flat places in the forest. Nice log over there. You can sit down or strewn about your gear. Here is, there's even a little bundle of sticks right there between the trees from a previous firewood gatherer. And here is your fire pit right up against the creek, very premiumly located. It's not a raging, roaring creek. This is a still section, nevertheless quite beautiful. See a lot of the greenery of the national forest. Look up at these tall, towering trees. Gives you some good shade in the heart of summer, July, August. This would be a nice, free, dispersed campsite to come to here in the Barlow Crossing Campground area, Mount Hood National Forest in the great state of Oregon. And look at that. Imagine sitting here with your chair, enjoying the creek, going over to your campsite, tent at night, right over there. Yes, my friend, absolutely beautiful. The sun peeking through our gorgeous Mount Hood National Forest. Here's our forest road. And here is another dispersed campsite. Let's go on down. This one almost kind of has a road down to it, but I think you would need a pretty epic four-wheel drive to go down this. I wouldn't try to come down here unless you got a Jeep of some sort and you're off-road inclined. Here is your fire pit. It even looks like there's a table straight ahead. This is cool. Nice big swath, good shade, lots of flat places to put a tent. Look at this. This is a gorgeous area. Again, there's the little trail / quasi road we came down. So here's your fire pit. Again, lots of places to put your tent. I'm blown away by how shaded this is and how flat it is. And you even have a epic table. Somebody's put some love into this. Look at that. That is awesome. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. I think this is so cool. Look at that. That is really cool. Somebody put a lot of effort into building that. People have a love and affinity for this area and built it out. Oh my gosh, just noticed that. There's even a bridge across the creek. I don't know how stable that thing is. I don't know how bold I am to try to walk across that, but I'm pretty impressed that it exists. And look at that. And look at that. Now this is a free dispersed campsite. Got our fire pit, and we've got some homemade Swiss Family Robinson style wood stations. Here we've got a beautiful table. Really some love put into that. And look at that, you actually got like a homemade bridge across the creek. So this is pretty darn impressive, I gotta say. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So this is one of many free dispersed campsites in the Barlow Crossing Campground zone. As we get a view of the sun, lots of good flat places you could put your tent. See up there, that's a little road up to the main forest road. It's just like 100 feet, so you don't need to drive down here. You can park on the main road and just carry your gear down. I probably wouldn't try to drive down that unless you got the right kind of vehicle. Got like a Jeep or something, great. Otherwise, I wouldn't risk it. Lots of places you can put your tent and enjoy the table and the bridge. Now I can't vouch for the structural integrity of that bridge, so do so at your own risk, your own peril, of course. Exercise situational awareness, but I gotta say, it's pretty darn cool. Now this is an interesting site. Got a little driveway, you can take your car down here, and we're gonna be up against the creek. This isn't just dispersed, it's actually got a picnic table, so look at this. Let's come on down. This is a beautiful Mount Hood National Forest. Old growth wonder of the world. And let me stop here. Look at these trees. Now that is epic, my friend. Oh, this is a gorgeous campsite. This is like a free dispersed site. Even has a picnic table, which is pretty rare. Got your picnic table, you got your fire pit. That's a gorgeous fire pit. And clearly you have your own shoreline access. Like, this is a dream dispersed backcountry campsite just sitting here unmarked along this forest road. I'm glad I found this, actually. This is pretty epic. This is legit legendary. Loving this. Can I interest you in a world-class free dispersed campsite? We're here in the Barlow Crossing Campground Zone, Mount Hood National Forest, great state of Oregon. And look at this picnic table and fire pit. This is a gorgeous section of forest, but not only that, your actually main piece de resistance is you have this epic shoreline of the beautiful creek. Let's walk over here. This is a wide, expansive swath of creek. You are directly on the shoreline. This whole area is your dominion. Over here. Oh my gosh, look at this. So if you stay at this dispersed campsite, you get this entire creek. I'll pan back, see the picnic table. There's a little road here. It's just off the forest road, like 100 feet. It's not like a long, crazy road. But you get this whole region of the creek and lots of flat places you can put your tent. Again, here's your picnic table, fire pit, good shade, especially in July, August, 90, 100 degrees. And this entire creek is your dominion. This well-shaded, beautiful, picturesque, babbling brook creek, crystal clear, glacial mountain runoff water is your dominion. This is a world-class campsite, I gotta say. This is legend. I am remembering where this one is because this is a massive section of the creek. And it just keeps going. This is your dominion, this entire section of creek. You got like a whole creek to yourself, great shade, picnic table, fire pit. I mean, I don't know what's not to love about this. So here's the sign to indicate you are at Barlow Creek. Go that way, go to the left. I know in Google Maps, it kind of makes it look like it's on the right. It is not, it is on the left. So go straight ahead, go that way. And just in like a couple 100 feet, I don't know exactly how far it is, but not far, like less than a 10th of a mile, you will be at the 4 campsites in the 5th dispersed one on the left. We're here at Barlow Creek Campground, Mount Hood National Forest, Oregon. This is currently a defunct, mothballed campground. It is not open. I don't know if it's temporarily closed or permanently closed, but it is definitely not in operation. I am walking down here to the site. You can see there's a bathroom. Okay, if I got a hiking hack for you, I'm here at Barlow Creek Campground, now defunct, mothballed, Mount Hood National Forest, great state of Oregon. You can see right there, it says free camping is permitted, no trash service provided, pack in, pack out, leave no trace. So here's the play. Come here to Barlow Creek Campground. There's 4 campsites with picnic tables, as well as a 5th one I would add is dispersed on the edge of it. They're free. As I said, there's no service. There is a bathroom, and it's kind of a glorified way of doing dispersed camping at a designated spot, so you don't just have to pitch a tent in the middle of the forest. So the numbering doesn't matter. This was number 1, but it's now defunct. Picnic table, fire pit. Walk through them all real quick. Here's number 2. Again, the numbering really doesn't matter because they're defunct. Basically just picnic table in a cleared out area where you obviously have a lot of places you can put your tent. This one goes right up to the creek. Actually has a nice little section right up here, like a direct shoreline. Right there, see? You can walk right into the creek if so desired. And then let's keep going. Here's number 3, picnic table and fire pit. This one also has its own special access to the creek. See, there you are right there. Very serene and zen-like. I will add, there's the bathroom straight ahead. Give you proximity. So this is 3, that's 2, 1 over there. Restroom straight ahead there. Here's the last one, number 4. Probably the worst of them, but picnic table, fire pit. I'll also add that I would add a 5th one that isn't even part of the original Barlow Creek Campground. It does not have a picnic table, but come down here, a little bit more off the beaten path, but maybe, if anything, a little higher quality if you don't need a picnic table. Come down here, got your creek, and here on the left, great place to put a tent right here. Great shade, very flat. And you can come over here. This is your dominion, your domain, your private access to the creek. Particularly high quality section of the creek. Look how crystal clear that is. Here's your creek as it meanders on by. So I gotta say, I think it's a very smart little dispersed camping hack to come on out here to Barlow Creek Campground and do some dispersed camping at the former National Forest Campground. Now, I don't know if it's permanently or temporarily closed. It says on Google Maps temporarily closed, but it doesn't mean anything. Frankly, I don't know why they wouldn't open this. I mean, they've got the road done, they've got the infrastructure. It doesn't seem like it would be very hard just to reopen this, but I won't pretend to know the machinations of what goes on in the National Forestry Service, various ranger stations. So, pretty cool, I gotta say. Brilliant little dispersed camping hack. There's your bathroom straight ahead. So, this is pretty cool. I would recommend doing this.